So we will start three-hinged arches today. Three-hinged arches. Suppose if you take a structure like this, portal frame. These are two hinges. Suppose another hinge is here, internal hinge. Or a parabolic or circular arch, maybe like this, with the internal hinge, like this. Now in this case, total reactions are 4 in number. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here also you see 1, 2, 3, 4. So number of reactions, is 4. Equilibrium conditions, number of equilibrium conditions 3, and one hinge condition is there. At what is the hinge condition means? At hinge, bending moment is 0. That is one condition. So totally this together, equilibrium conditions as well as this hinge condition becomes 4 numbers. So number of reactions can be solved easily. So this is statically determinate structure. Statically determinate. So three-hinged arches are statically determinate structures. So what is the analysis of this arches? We will see. First, let us take some parabolic arch. Before that, we will do one more thing. Suppose in parabola, the span is L and central height. Suppose this central height is H. L by 2, L by 2. Central height H. Let us assume it is origin. This is X direction. Suppose this is Y direction. Let us take any point on the arch X, Y. So what is the relation between X and Y for parabolic arch? This is parabolic. L span, H rise. So what is the XY point coordinate relation? Okay, Y and X relation. So here we can start like this. Y is some function of X. What is that function? Now we can guess easily. At X equal to 0, Y 0. At X equal to L also, Y 0. So to make that happen, we can assume safely like this. X into L minus X must be there in the function, and some constant we can have. So K into some constant into X into L minus X. Suppose if you put X here, the entire function becomes 0. If you put X in place of X, L, then also L minus L, then also it becomes 0. So other than that, for other than those values, X equal to 0 or Y, X equal to L, you will get some positive value of Y. Okay. So what is the value of K means? We have one boundary condition. At X equal to L by 2, we have Y equal to H. So if you substitute that, H equal to K into L by 2 into L minus L by 2. That is K into L by 2 into L by 2, that is L square by 4. So K equal to 4H by L square. That means what is the parabola now? So this parabola is Y equal to K 4H by L square into X into L minus X. So this is very essential for us, okay? This relation. Y equal to 4h by L square into x into L minus x. Okay. See, in this arches actually, in 3-hinged arches or 2-hinged arches, for given loading, at any location, suppose at this location, suppose if you cut here, okay, somewhere, some at a distance of x for given loading, I will give some loadings here, something like this. To cut here at this section, suppose height is y means, y is the height means, for these reactions are, let us assume like this, vertical reaction at, suppose this is VA, this is HA, okay. Now at this cross section, as some XX cross section, what is the normal force in the arch and what is the shear force in the arch? These are important, okay? What is the normal force and what is the shear force? So suppose this is the arch part, this one. This is VA, this is HA, so this is X and this height is Y. Here, because of loadings and all, what would be the axial, that means normal force? Suppose this is N. What is the shearing force? S. So how to find this N and S are important. After finding reactions at any section of X, how to find axial force and shear force? These are important actually. Of course, bending moment you can find anyway. Apart from bending moment, in these structures, normal force and shear forces are perpendicular to the cross section is important, okay? I mean, along the cross section, what is the shear force? What is the normal force? How to find this, we'll see. You know, the tangent slope will be here. Here, the tangent, if you draw a tangent, the slope, tangent slope will be theta. That means tan theta equal to slope divided by dx. Okay. Divided by dx is nothing but tan theta. So, if this angle is theta here with respect to horizontal, we can have components here. That is, horizontal component of n is n cos theta. Vertical component of n is n sin theta. Similarly, horizontal component of s is s sin theta, s sin theta. Vertical component of s is s cos theta. Okay, now we can form an equation here. Sigma h equal to 0, sigma v equal to 0. That is, so HA is in horizontal direction, in rightward direction, minus s sin theta in leftward direction, that's why minus, and n cos theta also in leftward direction, minus n cos theta. Sum of the horizontal forces equal to 0. Similarly, sum of the vertical forces VA is in vertical direction, plus s cos theta minus n sin theta, downward n sin theta, that's why minus, equal to 0. Or you can form like this, s sin theta plus n cos theta equal to HA. Similarly, s cos theta minus n sin theta, or minus s cos theta plus n sin theta equal to VA. You can write like this, cos theta sin theta minus cos theta ns, right, equal to HA and VA. See, n cos theta plus S sin theta equal to HA, n sin theta minus S cos theta equal to VA. Okay, you can write in matrix format, okay, or ns equal to inverse of that, cos theta sin theta minus cos theta inverse into HA and VA. See here like this. So if you know HA and VA values, of course you can find this one. Sometimes you may have loads also here like this, some load. Then you should take that load also into account in place of this VA. Okay, then it will be VA minus P here. If it is P is there here, VA minus P will be there. So here also VA minus P also will be there here like this. Okay, some loads are there means. So VA minus P. So like this, we can find N and S. I mean normal normal force and shearing force. We can determine after getting support reactions. Now we'll analyze one structure. Suppose central hinge is there here. 60 kilonewtons load is there. Suppose this one 3-hinged arch, 10 meters, total 20 meters, and central rise is, let us assume it is 4 meters. 4 meters rise. I would like to find here at some cross section here, something at 3 meters. Okay, at this cross section, find normal force at 3 meters from A. Suppose this is the question, okay? Because of that loading, I would like to find normal force at 3 meters, okay? Now I will see what are the reactions, okay? So reactions we can easily determine. So for this 60 kilonewtons, because of symmetry, 30 kilonewtons, and this, let us assume this is H. So one more condition is there, hinge condition. At hinge bending moment is 0. So bending moment is 0 means this one H into 4 meters clockwise movement, clockwise and anti-clockwise, minus 30 into 10 equal to 0, right? Okay, so H equal to how much? 30 into 10 by 4, that equal to 75 kilonewtons H. So horizontal reaction is 75 kilonewtons, that is horizontal thrust, okay? The thrust will be acting on that. Now we need to find normal force at 3 meters, okay? So equation is like this, y equal to 4h by L square, 4 into h4 by L square, 20 square into x into L minus x, 20 minus x. So that is y equal to 4 by 20, 4 by 20, that is 1 by 5, 1 by 5, 1 by 25, right? 1 by 25 x into 20 minus x. This is the equation. What is dy by dx? Dy by dx 1 by 25 into 20x differentiation 20, x square differentiation 2x. Oh, that is dy by dx. Okay. At x equal to 3 meters, dy by dx equal to 1 by 25 into 20 minus 2 into 3. How much it is? 20 minus 6, that is 14. 14 by 25. So this is tan theta actually. Dy by dx means tan theta. So theta equal to tan inverse of 14 by 25. You should be very careful here. You will get that angle in radians. Okay. If calculator is in radians mode, then you will get in radians actually. Otherwise, if calculator is in degree mode, you will get in degrees. So what is the angle in radians? Because gate calculator only you will get in radians. That's why. Tan inverse of 14 by 25. How much? Keep calculator in radians mode and tell me. మీ దగ్గర క్యాలిక్యులేటర్స్ లేదు నాకు అర్థమైంది.
0.51 radians.
tan inverse of 14 by 25. అందరూ చెప్పాలా, మీరు కొంతమంది క్యాలిక్యులేటర్స్ లేకుండా ఉంటే ఉపయోగం లేదు దానివల్ల. రేడియన్స్ డిగ్రీస్లో అయితే ఇంటూ 180 వేస్తే మీకు
29.248.
25 degrees. Okay, this is the angle. So from this you can find cos theta sin theta also. Cos theta equal to how much? Sin theta equal to how much? Cos theta 0.87. Sin theta sin of 29 degrees 29.25.
0.48.
0.49. Okay. Sin theta cos theta we got. Okay. So now here we are putting like this. This is 75 kilonewtons. This one 30 kilonewtons. The angle is theta here. So this is N, this is S. Okay. Now that equal to what is that previous equation? What we got here? Okay. Otherwise, we can freshly make it. So 75 rightward direction minus N into cos theta. N cos theta horizontal direction. Okay. Minus S sin theta equal to 0, and vertical direction 30 minus N sin theta plus S cos theta equal to 0. That is 75 minus N into cos theta 0.87 minus S into sin theta 0.49 equal to 0. Similarly, 30 minus N into sin theta 0.49 plus S into cos theta 0.87. Tell me what is N, what is S? What is N? Normal force. Eliminate S, okay, and tell what is N. .19 kilonewton.
80 point.
80 point.
190.
Okay. This is the normal force at that location, okay? So this is the answer. Next. Suppose if you have an EDL like this. Central hinge is there. This is L by 2, and this is H. Some UDL is acting on the entire structure, W kilonewton per meter. Then what are the reactions here? Of course, total load is WL. So vertical reactions are WL by 2, WL by 2. So what is the H value here? Okay. Horizontal reaction, horizontal thrust, how much? That is taking moment about hinge, 0. So bending moment at C location, okay? C. Bending moment at C equal to 0. That is bending moment means WL by 2 into L by 2 anti-clockwise minus W into L by 2 into L by 4 clockwise, and another clockwise is H into H equal to 0. Bending moment is 0. That is WL square by 4 minus WL square by 8 equal to H into H. That is WL square by 8 equal to H into H, or horizontal reaction equal to WL square by 8H. Okay, WL square by 8H. So you can find like this horizontal reaction for this loading. Okay, note down this. Okay, next. Question may be like this. This is arch with 3 hinges, parabolic arch, L by 2, H, and half UDL is there, half span, W kilonewton per meter. Okay, an half span only. Find horizontal thrust. Horizontal thrust on supports. This is the question, okay? Now reactions. So first, take moments about A. You know, some of the movements must be 0 about any point. So we are finding at A. So about A, what are the total moments? W into L by 2 is the load multiplied by distance is central distance L by 2 plus L by 4. Okay. Minus RB into L equal to 0. Okay. Now it is W L by 2 into 3L by 4 equal to RB into L. So LL gets cancelled. So RB equal to 3/8 of WL, 3/8 of WL, RB. This reaction, 3/8 of WL. And RA plus RB, W into L by 2, total load. So RA equal to WL by 2 minus RB. RB is 3/8 of WL, which is equal to 1 by 2 minus 3 by 8 of WL. 8 is LCM, 4 minus 3 WL, which is equal to WL by 8. Okay, here it is, WL by 8. So RB is 3 times more than RA. So what about H? How to find H means now take moment support, bending moment at hinge equal to 0. Next condition is bending moment at C equal to 0. So assume here the horizontal reaction is H here. So at C bending moment, you can take either from right side or left side, not a problem. So if you take from left side, that will be easy, right? So bending moment here from left side, WL by 8 into L by 2 clockwise minus H into H equal to 0. Bending moment is 0. So H equal to WL square by 16H. That is WL square by 16H. This is also WL square by 16H. So that is the way of finding horizontal thrust. Okay. Next, one more load we will take to find H. So this is 3 hinged arch like this. Hinge is at center. Generally, we keep hinge at center. Suppose this is 5 meter and this is 30 meter and 30 meters. Suppose one load is there here at 15 meter. Some P load is there. Otherwise, okay, P equal to, okay, some 100 kilonewtons load is there. 100 kilonewtons load, okay, at a distance of 15 meters, okay. 15 meters, okay. Find horizontal thrust. Solution is like this. Let us assume A, B, C points. Taking moments about A, 100 into 15 minus RB into 60 equal to 0. So RB equal to 100 into 15 by 60, that equal to 25 kilonewtons. So RB is 25. RA plus RB 100. So RA equal to 75 kilonewtons. Then hinge, horizontal thrust, okay. This horizontal thrust we need to find. Very simple. At C, at a hinge, okay, bending moment is 0. That means right side if you take H into 5 clockwise moment minus 25 into 30 anti-clockwise moment must be 0. So H equal to 25 into 30 by 5, which is equal to 5 fives. So 30 into 5, 150 kilonewtons is the horizontal thrust. Okay, this horizontal thrust is 150 kilonewtons, like this. So either point load or UDL, whatever load may be, you can find horizontal thrust. If you know horizontal thrust, of course, you can find N and S values, all those things. Shear force and bending moments also you can find at any location as usual. Okay. Next problem, one more problem we'll see. Six meters, 25 meter, 25 meter here. Suppose there is a UDL as well as and one point load here. 60 kilonewtons, 30 kilonewton per meter. The distance here is suppose 6 meters. At 6 meters, point load is there. This 25 meter, I will mark properly. Suppose question may be like this. Find bending moment under the point load. Okay, that means at 6 meters from A, what is the bending moment? Okay, so you can find first taking moments about A, 60 into 6 plus 30 into 25 is the load. Central distance is 25 plus 25 by 2. Okay, minus RB into 50 equal to 0. From this, RB equal to, so 60 into 6, 360 plus 30 into 25 into 37.5 equal to divided by 50. That is 569.7. Kilonewtons, okay? 569.7 kilonewtons. And RA plus RB, 60 plus 30 into 25. 30 into 25 plus 60. That is 810 total load. So RA equal to 810 minus 569.7 kilonewtons. So 810 minus 569.7, 240.3 kilonewtons. 240.3. Next is H. We need to find H. So bending moment at C equal to 0. So you can take from left side or right side. So try to find at from left side. Okay, that is 240.3 into 25 is one moment clockwise minus anti-clockwise 60 into 25 minus 6, 19 anti-clockwise minus anti-clockwise H into 6 equal to 0. So H equal to, from this equation, 240.3 into 25 minus 60 into 19 equal to by 6. 811.25 kilonewtons H. Okay, now we need to find bending moment at 6 meters from A equal to 240.3 into 6 minus h, you know, 811.25 into what is the height at this location? This one. Let us assume it is something small h, okay? Height h. So we know the relation. The relation is y equal to, okay, I will mark some other with some other sign. This one. Let us write this one height equal to some p height, okay? Y equal to, you know, 4 central height 6 by 4h by l square, 50 square into x into l minus x, right? That is equal to 4 into 6 by 50 square. X is here 6, l minus x, 50 minus 6, which is equal to 4 into 6 by 50 square.
2.53.
6 into 44. 2.5344. So height we need, okay? That is P value. This P equal to 2.5344. Okay. So that means 81 H into that P 2.5344, which is equal to 240 point
Minus 6.4.
into 6 minus 81.25 into 2.5344. Negative amount, hogging, okay, minus 614.232 kilonewton meter. That is the bending moment at that location, okay? So like this, we can find shear force also you can find if you want, okay? Shearing force at 6 meters if you want to find, that is at left actually 240.3 kilonewtons at left of 6 meters. Just write it is different, okay? So like this, shear forces, bending moments, of course normal forces and shearing force perpendicular to, parallel to cross section we can find, okay? This shear force means vertical shear. Vertical shear is different, parallel to cross section is different, okay? It is vertical shear force, okay? Vertical shearing force is 240.3. That means suppose this is the section, this one. See, vertically, if you take vertically, the shear is different, okay? Vertical shear force is different. Otherwise, this is this one. Cross section, if you take parallel to cross section, what is the shear? That is different, okay? In vertical direction, shear how much? Cross section parallel how much? All those things you can find. So basic thing is here finding H is important, okay? Finding H is very simple. Bending moment at a hinge is 0. Suppose UDL is there like this. (20 kilonewtons per meter). UDL is there. (10 meters, 10 meters). Central height 3 meters. Okay. A point, B point, C point. Find, question is like this. Find normal thrust at 4 meters from A. This is the question, okay? So initially first we need to find reactions, okay? Reactions, very simple, 20 into 20, 400, that means 200 kilonewtons, 200 kilonewtons. And horizontal reaction, we know the formula, H equal to WL square by L is 20, WL square by 8H, 8 into 3. How much it is? WL square by 8H for UDL. 20 into 20 square divided by 24.
333.33.
Huh? 333 point
333.33.
kilonewtons is the horizontal thrust. Now, at 4 meters, okay, at 4 meters means somewhere here, okay. That means whatever load is there, that one you need to consider, okay. That is separate diagram we'll have for that. For cutting like this, the reactions are like this. Vertical reaction 200 kilonewtons, horizontal reaction 333.33, and UDL also there. This is actually only 4 meters. So here UDL on 4 meters is there. 20 into 4, that equal to 80 kilonewtons. Okay. So now here the N and S, suppose this is N, suppose this is S. Theta also, of course, we need to find theta. First thing we need to find theta, that is you know the reaction, I mean y equal to 4h by L square into x into L minus x, dy by dx equal to 4h by L square into L minus 2x. So tan theta equal to here 4h is 3, L is 20 square, 20 minus 2 into x, x 4 meters, which is equal to 4 into 3 by 400 into 20 minus 8.
0.36.
0.36. So sin theta how much, cos theta how much? So simple way of finding sin theta cos theta, suppose this is theta, this is 0.36 and this is 1. So this would be root of 1 square plus 0.36 square. So sin theta equal to 0.36 by root of 1 plus 0.36 square. That is 0.3387 sin theta. Cos theta
0.941.
0.941. 339, we'll put here 339. Okay. Now equilibrium condition. Now, okay. Horizontal equation. Horizontal equation is 333.33 is in rightward direction, minus n cos theta. N cos theta 0.941. Horizontal. This also, S also in leftward direction. S sin theta 0.339 equal to 0. That is the horizontal sigma h equal to 0. Sigma v equal to, sigma v equal to 0 for this. Vertical 200 is in vertical direction, minus 80 kilonewtons in downward direction, and n is in downward direction, minus n into sin theta 0.339. S is in vertical direction, upward direction, plus S into cos theta 0.941 equal to 0. So solve and tell what is n value. 354.271 kilonewtons is the axial thrust at that location. Okay. One more problem. Hinge is here. Suppose there is a UDL like this. (30 kilonewton per meter). (10 meters, 10 meters). Central rise, suppose 4 meters. A, B, C. So obviously bending moment at A 0, bending moment at B 0, bending moment at C also 0, right? That means in between of A and C or in between of B and C, you can expect some change in bending and in negative positive. Okay. Suppose these are the reactions, means reactions of course you can find easily. What are the reactions here? WL by 8 to 3WL by 8, right? WL by 8 means RA WL by 8. W is 30, L is 20 by 8. How much?
75.
25 kilonewtons. 25.
75.
75.
Yes, sir.
75 kilonewtons. RB equal to 3WL by 8. 225 kilonewtons. Okay. H equal to WL by 16H, right? 30 into 20 by 16 into H is 4, which is equal to how much?
9.375.
9.375. RB 225, RA 75, H 9.375, 9.375. Suppose point of contraflexure in AC. Okay. Point of contraflexure. That means bending moment must be 0, right? So write an equation for bending moment. That is at a distance of x. Let us assume y is the height. Okay. So equation is 75x minus 9.375y must be 0 to get point of contraflexure. This is the equation, right? 25x minus 9.375y equal to 0. So that is 75x minus 9.375. Y means 4h by L square. 4 into h, 4 by L square. 20 square into x into x into L minus x, right? L is 20 minus x equal to 0. Simplifying this, 25x minus this value 9.375 multiplied by 16 by 400. 3 by 8, that is 0.375 into x into 20 minus x equal to 0. 75x minus 0.375 into 20, 7.5 minus 0.375 x square equal to 0. So that is 67.5 x minus 0.375 x square equal to 0. Taking x common, 67.5 minus 0.375 x equal to 0. Something wrong. X equal to 67.5 by 0.375. Something wrong, right? Where we went wrong? 75.
180.
Huh? Meaningless, kada. X must be less than 10 meters. Okay. X must be less than 10. That means there is no point of contraflexion here. Okay. 180, yeah.
Yes, sir.
There is no point of contraflexure. Then what is the meaning of this? That means or we committed something wrong. Check it once again. Equation 75x minus 9.375 WL by 16H, correct only? W 30 into L 20 by 16H. That's okay. 75x minus 9.375y. Y is 4H by L square into x into 20 minus x. Okay. 9.375 into this one is 0.375 x into 20 minus x, correct only. 75x. That means there is no point of contraflexion in between. Okay. It will be something like this. Bending moment diagram may be like this. So
Plus 0
uh,
equation of plus 0.375 x square.
plus adi,
Yes, sir.
then imaginary, right? Minus minus plus. Okay. So plus here. Okay. So minus something you'll get. So there is no meaning actually. That means minus something, right? So there is no meaning. That means bending moment equation, no point of contraflexion in between. That means here bending moment may be like this. Like this. Okay. It increases and decreases. Maximum bending moment you can find if you want. No point of contraflexion here. Okay. No point of contraflexure in span of AC. Suppose maximum bending moment if you want to find in between, you can find. So bending moment equation is there with us. So bending moment equation is like this. M at x equal to, already we have this. M at x equal to 67.5 x minus 0.375 x square mx. So dm by dx will be 0, that is 67.5 minus 0.375 into 2x equal to 0. So plus adi plus. Okay. So then here also something wrong. X will not, x will get negative only, right? So how to get maximum bending moment? Then 75x minus this one. M at x, okay. 0 here, increases and decreases. Is 2x. So 5x minus 0.9375, 20 minus x, okay. That is check again. 0.9375 into 16 by 200. 3 by, that is not 3 by 4, that is 3 by 40, 0.075. Into 20, yeah. $9.375 into 16 by 400 into 20. 0.375 correct only. This plus x equal to 10. 67.5 into 10 plus something wrong. See the reactions here for the UDL. H is WL square by 16H. WL square by 16H. WL by 8 to WL 3/8 of WL. WL by 8. 30 into L 20 by 8. 75 correct. 225 correct.
సార్ అక్కడ క్యాపిటల్ హెచ్ లో WL స్క్వేర్ బై 16H కదా సార్?
మరి 187.5 వస్తుంది.
187.5 వస్తుంది హారిజాంటల్.
Okay. 30 into 20 divided by 64. L square right? Okay. So here square must be there. Yeah.
187.5.
187.5.
187.5. Yeah, this is the wrong kilonewtons. So we'll correct it. $187.5. Okay, now this becomes 75x minus so that is 187.5y. So one more 20 should be there, right? That is how much?
7.5.
7.5.
7.5.
7.5. Okay. 7.5 into 20?
150.
Yeah, 150, yeah. Minus, yeah. 50x. Yeah, then bending moment. Point of contraflexion. We'll have minus 75x plus 0.3. This is also, what is this value? 7.5.
7.5.
7.5 x square equal to 0. X equal to either 0 or 10 meters. That's why no point of contraflexion. So mx is here. Now, how to find maximum bending moment means finding maximum bending moment. Maximum bending moment in AC span. AC, okay, equal to how much? That means m at x already we know equation, that is minus 75x plus 7.5 x square, that is m at x. Dm by dx equal to minus 75 plus 7.5 into 15, x equal to 0. So x equal to 75 by 15, that is 5 meters. At 5 meters, we will get maximum bending moment. So mmax in AC equal to, equation is there, minus 75 into 5 plus 7.5 into 5 square, which equal to minus 75 into 5 minus 7.5 into 25. Negative moment minus 562.5 Newton meter. This is the maximum moment. This is negative moment. Actually, this maximum you will get here. Okay, value. So Like this, you can find maximum bending moment also, if you want. Sometimes maybe having contraflexures, that time also you can find point of contraflexure just by making it equal to 0. Okay.
Maximum bending moment
Sir,
187.
maximum.
187 point, maximum bending moment. Huh? Oh, plus కదా
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. 187.5, yeah. Minus 187.5, okay. That's the maximum bending moment. Okay, done. So next, note down some problems. సో ఈ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ని వర్కౌట్ చేయండి.